everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a cute slimline card using I Woof You. So this is the stamp set and it comes with coordinating thin cuts. And then I'm going to use the sentiment from Let's Pawty. This is from the core catalog, and the sentiment is in a long straight line, so it's going to work for my card. I'm also going to use papers from the Mix-In collection, Wander, and Peacock cardstock. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using White Daisy cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my puppies in black ink, and then I'll be coloring them in using the tri-blend markers. So I'm going to stamp one of each. They're super cute and easy to color, quick and easy to color. So don't be intimidated by shading and blending because it's super easy with the tri-blend markers, and they're pretty basic images. So I have one of each stamped, and then I'm going to color them in off camera and also thin cut them with the coordinating thin cuts. And then I'm going to use this hexagon. It's a stitched hexagon, and I'm going to cut out this mix-in paper. I'm going to cut out 3 hexagons. Okay, so now they're all colored in and cut out, and I have my hexagons cut, and now we can start assembling the card. First, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I have this piece of mix-in, and I'm going to stamp in Peacock ink. So I've laid out my sentiment along this long block, and I'm going to stamp it in a straight line in Peacock. So I'm going to trim this out and dovetail each end. And I found a tiny paw print stamp in the Let's Pawty collection. So I'm checking to make sure that that's my card base. I'm making sure that this sentiment won't be too long. So it's going to work. So I'm going to stamp a little paw print on either side of the sentiment. So cute. All right, so now I'm going to trim this out. So I'll bring my trimmer in. And since I can't seem to stamp anything straight, the trick to straightening it out is you place it in your trimmer, and instead of pushing it all the way to the top of the trimmer, you can trim it at any angle, so you can kind of figure out where the straight edge is of your sentiment, and then just trim on either side. And it takes a little minute to line it up, but once you do, then your sentiment is all straight. So then I'm going to shorten it just a bit, and then I'll dovetail each end. Okay. So the easiest way to dovetail is just snip vertically in the center and then take each corner to meet that snip. So snip vertically and then snip, snip. And then you'll have your little dovetail. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in some Peacock cardstock. And I'm going to cut this at the slimline card base size, which is 3.5 by 8.5. And just a side note, if you like this color Peacock, it is retiring August 31st, so it's currently while supplies last. So if you like it, you should probably get on it and make that purchase. And then I'm going to bring this piece of Wander cards or pattern paper in, and I'm going to cut it at 3.25 by 8.25, so that there's a border of Peacock around it. And then I'm just going to lay everything out on my card front to make sure it all fits. And it does, yay! So now I'll bring my card base in and we can start assembling. So I'll speed it up in a second. It's basic assembly. So I'm just going to put everything down with Tombow. So we'll get the Peacock down and then the piece of Wander pattern paper down. And my sentiment, I'm also going to put that down with Tombow since it's with pattern paper and it's a little bit thinner. It just keeps it from bending if you just go direct. So now I'm going to start with my center hexagon, and I found the center of my my slimline card, which is 4 1/4. So I'm putting each point, I'm using the measurements on my first mat, and I'm putting that down right in the center, and then I put the left one and the right one, I'm just spacing them out evenly on my card front and just kind of eyeballing those side ones. Once you get the center one down, you're good. And then I'm going to pop each of these puppies using regular foam tape, so there's a nice shadow around them on that hexagon. So we'll get those down, and then the last step, I'm just going to doodle a couple of little lines by the center puppy's tail to make it look like it's wagging. And these are acrylic dots from Daisy Meadows, and they're still available in the online only section of my online store, so you can still purchase those, and I'll put a link in the description below. And there's my card. So all of these supplies are available, and I will make a list in the description below, and you can shop at the URL in the upper right corner of your screen. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks for watching.